Let's go, boys! Game number 1 in the semifinals. It is Marco versus Kwos.
The semi-finals, boys. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. All tournament long, all month long. The games have been epic. This tournament has been absolutely epic. And we are reaching the pinnacle of epicness here as we see Kwos grabbing the Yuri faction versus Marco Soviet. What do you think of this Yuri faction pick by Kwos?
I think he's, yeah, he really wants this Yuri faction all the way. I think the entire season, I think Kwos is going to play Yuri Snark. I think he's going to abuse Yuri.
Well, it's kind of a new look for Kwos. We saw him play Yuri a few times during the tournament, but can he take down a player on Marco's level as a Yuri player? I mean, that is gonna be hard. Now we're seeing Kwos open up here super early on. Mag to the left, Mag to the center. A radar out for Marco as well, so the Desos are out. Kwos is behind on miners.
Kwos is behind on minus, but the Mag is there. Can he get the Mag on the ref? Not quite.
Oh, the War Factory!
Oh my goodness! Oh, and Marco quits?
Just like that, boys.
It's a quick 1-0 for Kwos. Only on 2 miners.
Losing your War Factory that early is devastating. Holy moly. Wow. That is rough.
That was nasty. That was nasty.
Country Swing is our next map.
Oh boy, dude.
Holy shit.
Damn, dude. I can't believe game 1 ended so. Dude, that is not. I'm like a little bit in shock. I'm like,
bro.
Dude, I was expecting the most epic game ever. Bam, 1 mag. Game over. Next map.
Yeah, that was a quick that was a quick GG.
Not
even GG. I think he was just pissed off we started that way. Man. But yeah, there's nothing you can do against that. It was either get your miner on the ref or the miner just coming out of the War Factory like that. Anyways, Marco should just forget game 1 as we launch game number 2. And this time, Kwos is not going to go as Yuri Snark. He switched factions. He's going to go as Soviet Iraq. It's going to be So versus Sov on Country Swing. This tournament, boys, sponsored by the Grade 1 boys. Let's go. It's not Hack Features over. We're on Country Swing. Sorry, I forgot to update the map. So versus Sov.
Country Swing indeed. So versus Sov. So Kwos not gonna go Yuri all the way. He got that super early fast win versus Marco on Heck by dropping a miner on the War Factory, but it looks like he's gonna switch it up here. Kwos has become quite a versatile player, being able to play all 3 factions to, I think he's S tier on all 3 factions. What do you think, Doof?
I'm not sure. I think he's S tier in Sov and Yuri. I'm not sure. I haven't seen his allied. I've heard from Tim, Collective Tim, that he's got a pretty mean allied, but I have not seen it a lot, Snark, to be able to have an opinion on his allied, though. This is a best out of 11 Latov. Semifinals are best out of 11. First to 6.
So best out of 11, a longer series than the rest of the series we've been seeing so far. This is definitely going to put more excitement on it. Kwos got an easy first win. Don't expect that to happen again. SVS, a whole different story. Country Sig and Marco, you know, he's I kind of don't like it that he quit because Marco is such a fierce player. It was no way over there, but I also like Marco's no business approach. He's gonna go as hard as he can, as fast as he can here. He doesn't want to waste time on games he feels are over. And look at that drone by Kwos getting in Marco's miner as soon as it came out of that War Factory. That's annoying.
That's annoying, but I think it's going to help him with the stretch either way, so it's not a big deal for Marco. It does slow him down a bit. And drone in Yuri's Revenge, yeah, that's skill right there.
Indeed, indeed. Harder to drone and use your revenge, but Marco fixing that miner, putting it back to work. At the moment, we've got 8 miners each, but Kwos has 3 war factories. Marco slowed down a little bit because of that service depot he had to build. Now the 3rd war factory coming out for Marco. The tanks are starting to roll out for Mr. Kwos.
Tanks are out for Kwos, but by the time Marco has another ref up, he will be on 10 miners versus 9 from Kwos. But here comes Kwos, early pressure. Well, early, I mean, straight pressure right after the 3rd war. But with a sentry, Marco should be able to hold this quite easily. And
Yeah,
here's the-
Marco
Go ahead.
probably one of the best players when it comes to defense and low body situations. So hard to counter him. He knows how to place the sentry gun, and he has phenomenal micro. But Kwos ahead on the war factories and ahead on the Rhino run numbers right now.
Indeed, Marco has 1 extra miner, and he has now the 4th war factory as well. But Kwos is on 5, so he will be pumping out the tanks every second there. That's going to be quick production.
Yeah, and now Kwos is going to use exactly what he's supposed to do while he has more tanks. It's split off those extra tanks because you know you're not threatened, and see if you could get damage elsewhere. Start to put pressure on your opponent from multiple directions. We see him adding more tanks to the split. Marco defending with more tanks as well. Now changing the primary war factory to this defensive position. Kwos definitely on the offensive here. Marco on the back foot.
On the back foot, but he does have home field advantage. He can place a sentry wherever he wants. His reinforcements will be there quicker. It's quite even, but Kwos stretching towards the middle. He's got 6 wars, while Marco is stretching to the right side. Nobody went for the gems
Oh!
yet. Oh!
Kwos' MCV gets droned, forced to
Yep.
move back, but he did make a service depot, Doof. He was prepared for the situation, but
Yep.
this does allow Marco to catch up on the war factory count. And look, the way Marco built, he stretched across to his 3rd ore patch. Kwos also on 3 ore patches, but he had to move his MCV to get to this 3rd one.
Correct, yeah, he was not stretching to the right side, you're correct.
Yeah,
Wow.
preferring to make offensive war factories on the front lines to be able to have these tanks in an offensive position. Now Kwos adding a 3rd split to the story to the right side.
Meanwhile, Kwos slightly low power. You can see that on the scoreboard, boys. Kwos goes low power for just a second there. Meanwhile, a huge push in the middle. Oh, Marco.
Oh,
That's a huge push in the middle. Does Marco have enough? Oh,
Marco-
nice entry. Is it
Marco
enough, though?
definitely out-tanked here. But more tanks coming out of the war factory right away. He needs more sentry gun. He needs to bring this right-hand side. That's exactly what he's doing. He needs to defend this. He does not want to lose his MCV in this position. But Kwos noticing the opening on the right-hand side. He's going to come in and try to take out some miners. Marco pulling in all of his tanks to try and counter Kwos here, which leaves the left side and the right side open. Kwos taking advantage and going on the offensive. Marco sells the MCV to try to hold on here desperately. But on the left side, miners getting sniped. On the right side, miners getting sniped. Marco in huge trouble right now.
Oh my goodness, it's all started straight down the middle. And what a win for Kwos.
Holy moly, just like that, Kwos takes that game. It started off by a very, very problematic drone from Marco early on. Kwos also building his war factories in a position where he was ready and offensive. He noticed the discrepancy in tank numbers in the center, took advantage, and from there, it all fell apart for Marco. Yeah, I mean, the comments in chat, Doof Wing is saying Woody is on Kwos' account.
Wow. Let's see. Across the Frost will be the next map.
Yeah, Gunman is like, this is ridiculous. 4-way splits from Kwos and the perfect control. As soon as Marco pulled those tanks in, Doof, Kwos was attacking in both other directions. Did you see the speed in which he reacted?
Yeah, bro, unbelievable. What the fuck is wrong with my screen? I'm sorry. Trying to
Doof,
click
wait.
something. Here we go.
Doof, did you leave your screen unplugged again? Are you commentating without your screen again?
Bro, you know what I did?
I wanna know.
Yeah. I only have a 2-screen setup right now, but I really still wanted a 3rd screen, right? So I connected my iPad to be like a 3rd screen. Bro,
Oh, that's cool.
It's not working, bro. It's so slow. It's so slow.
Ah, too much latency, huh?
Yeah, too much latency. It's really crazy.
Interesting, interesting. Well, these two players are in game number 3. Kwos already 2 points up. The first game he won very quickly, dropping a miner on a War Factory using a Magnetron as Yuri. Switched to Soviet, and with just phenomenal control, perfect build, perfect micro, and perfect ability to split. Took game number 2 as well. Soviet versus Soviet again here on Across the Frost, I believe, right?
Indeed, this is Across the Frost. 2 oils each. We've got the top side spawn for the red player, Kwos. Bottom side spawn for Marco, the yellow player. It's going to be a Sov versus Sov. Kwos is 2 games ahead, winning the first 2 games on Heck and Country Swing. Yeah, so Across the Frost, one of my favorite maps, Snark. I added this map personally to the map pool because I just love this map. I don't think this map gets enough attention. We've seen a lot of great games in this tournament on this map. Beautiful map made by Matsonia's boys.
Absolutely a phenomenal map here. To those of you who don't know it, you start with pre-capture 2 oils, which allows an early eco, early pressure, makes things interesting, but all the gems are off the oils, which means you're forced to build off of these expansions, which gives a lot of offensive opportunity because you have to defend the right side and the left side. In the meantime, there's the 2 bridges crossing the map, completely potential for a surprise attack at any moment if you repair the bridge and go across. And these gems in the center, again, forcing players to expand to positions they're uncomfortable with. A map that encourages the offensive player. A brilliant map for sure.
Meanwhile, I think Marco's drone goes down. I don't see it anymore. Kwos still has a drone bottom right. Yeah, unable to find the target, yeah.
Yeah, hoping for an opportune moment, but hiding in the trees. Not sure Marco sees it. We are getting a bit of lag here.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. Should I hop out, see if it improves?
Yes, please. It's not better. Stream is doing okay. I'm not losing anything. Okay, it's smoothed out. I think it's just between them two.
Okay, well, as long as it's smoothed out, that's phenomenal.
We'll get you back next game. Meanwhile, Marco defends against the drone. Is there a way I can... I cannot... It's still lagging. What the fuck?
Oh, this is unfortunate. Definitely annoying. If they plan to quit, they should do it, like, right this second before the action starts.
Yeah, Marco goes in. Drone goes in. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I think... Oh my goodness, what the fuck is this? This is... Okay, it smooths out again. Marco is winning on the left side. He should be winning on the left side. He's got the tank split up from Kwos.
That's exactly what you want to do in as an offensive position. This is called a check move. Not checkmate, but check move, where you put your tanks in between an expansion and the main base.
Marco keeping the pressure on Kwos. Now trying to get some minor kills. Kwos now has enough to hold. Marco does not get any value. The miner survives. Can he click him down? Marco on 4 tanks now. Kwos is on 10. Nothing else going on the map. Marco is on 4 wars versus 3 wars from Kwos. No, 4 as well.
What an incredible defense there from Kwos, though, dude. That was insane.
Yeah. And Kwos has enough on the right side as well. Man, oh man. Seven miners versus 9. Marco did not get any miner snipe there, and he's now on the back end because Kwos is out tanking by 4, and Kwos has 2 extra miners as well. It's not looking good for Marco after that engagement.
Wow, that was an unfortunate turn of events. Marco looked like he had it there on the split, on the offensive early on, but Kwos with a phenomenal defense, and having survived that attack, that puts him way ahead. He's ahead on miners, and he's ahead on tanks. A phenomenal job there from Kwos.
Now moving miners from the left side to the right. Getting gems in the middle. Marco stretching towards the gems. 5 tank difference in Kwos' favor. 2 miners in Kwos' favor. It's not
Man.
game ending. I mean, Marco should just sit back at home and hope that Kwos will come at him. Meanwhile, Marco is on 5 wars, so he might catch up if his eco's gonna hold, but his miner is exposed. Miner is exposed. Oh, miner on gems will go down.
Oh, and that's exactly what he didn't want to happen. His eco is his weak point right now.
It's not enough. Kwos goes in. There's not enough sentries. And now Kwos out tanking by 12, and it's 3-0. Man, oh man, that is tilting. Official tournament map A.
Wow. Yeah, that lag spike was a little bit frustrating. What tunnel are we on, Doof?
We are on UK London.
Might be worth considering since it is the semifinals. To maybe test out another tunnel or something just to make sure it's smooth sailing. The players have no complaints, but holy moly, guys, Kwos looking insane. Someone in chat was saying he finished #1 on Rambo. We saw him playing Van Gogh the other day. A phenomenal series, absolutely epic. Kwos is just looking so powerful right now. The GOAT in trouble, but you can never count him out.
Snark, you want to join in Discord, or do you think we can continue like this?
Again, if the lag continued after I left, I don't think it was me. But if the players prefer, then I always respect the players' wishes first. If they want me to leave, then absolutely I will. Here, I'll ask them. You guys...
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah. Map A will be the next map.
Okay, tournament map A, and we've even got Tim Collective in the chat. Everyone wants to see this. One of the most anticipated series of the year.
Player defeated.
Let's go,
Here we
boys.
go.
Here we go to Collective in the house. Hughie is here as well for game number 4. Marco versus Kwos. It's not over yet. It's just only begun, boys. Semifinals. It is 1st to 6. So a lot of wiggle room. Quick intro. Official tournament map A. 2 oils on the map. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Let's see who gets what.
So a lot of it early on is dog eating, dog defense, and we're seeing here they're both fighting over the bottom oil. So far, Marco successfully defending, getting Kwos' NG. That's devastating early on. He lost so many dogs, and he lost the oil, the engineer there. Now Marco coming in with a bunch of conscripts. Kwos sending his miter immediately to the gems in the center, leaving the gems behind his base for later. Marco opting to go for a more defensive strategy where he sends his miner to the back gems first. And more conscripts here for Marco, although Kwos did get the garrison in the center, Doof.
Indeed, Kwos did get the garrison in the center. I don't like this forward war. It can get sniped from the cliff, but yeah, Marco bringing the pressure, and now the ref is in front. Kwos really needs that ref in the back.
Yeah, and now Kwos does send an engineer inside a flak track to get an oil. Now, I'm not sure you want to be spending money on a flak track on a game SVS, but he puts another engineer in the flak track after selling his MCV. He might try something sneaky. Marco sells his MCV as well. Marco now getting the gems in the center. He has map control. The question is, does this engine a flak track get anything? Marco does have 2 refs, so it's okay if he loses 1, but he cannot lose his war factory under any circumstances. Kwos playing tag here, moving that flak track around. Marco getting that trope now. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the NG, but it looks like it's not going to get anything, so Marco successfully defends that. Marco in a very advantageous position here. Kwos pushing in. Can he get that miner? That would be huge. Conscripts moving in to defend.
Miners is stuck. The miner is stuck. Oh,
Saves it. Oh, and Marco's sending that sneaky NG to the top oil. If he gets both oils, that's going to be devastating for Kwos. Marco has the advantage.
There's no MCV. He's going to get it. Yep, he's going to get it.
Wow, Marco getting that oil. That is huge right there. Currently, Marco with the tank numbers. Needs to be careful. Doesn't want to lose this miner. Marco needs to chase Kwos out of here. Kwos using
pathing.
Ooh, bad pathing. That puts Marco even more ahead on tanks right now. Marco in a commanding lead at the moment. Kwos in trouble. Another engineer coming out for Kwos. He wants to get that oil back. He needs that oil back. His eco is going to start suffering soon greatly. Marco is doing fine with economy. He could spam out conscripts for days.
Kwos is going to get the oil back at the top, so he's going to be on one oil. He needs it desperately. Marco way ahead. He's 4 tanks ahead on Kwos. And he is out Connieing as well. More Connies.
Indeed.
Yep.
Did you see if there's something in that flak track? It looks like Marco's moving back to defend. Marco made another engineer to try and get this oil back. Perhaps it's just defending the oil. But at the moment, Marco now splitting up his tanks, chasing down this flak track. Flak track moves back, but he needs to be careful. If Kwos goes in on the offensive here, he needs to defend.
Oh, there's an NG. Yep.
Yeah, the flak track goes down, and Marco loses that engineer, and he caught a little bit out of position here. Kwos taking a good fight. Oh my god, this is devastating for Marco.
Oh, Marco with the... Oh, it's going to be pretty stalemate. Oh, Marco takes the fight. Oh!
Wow, all those tanks were smoking, so Marco does take that fight. He did lose his engineer, so they still have 1 oil each. Marco still has the conscripts advantage, and he still has the eco advantage. Marco's still in a fine position. There is 1 engineer that's walking on the field at the moment in the top there, but Marco now grabs map control as well. He has the conscripts, he has the rhino numbers. Kwos forced to send 1 miner to defend. Nope, he's gonna send it back to work. The engineer goes down to a dog. Marco notices all. And these conscripts.
Takes out the barracks. That's huge.
Absolutely huge. Dog coming in. And this, yeah, he's going to make him go low power, slow down his production. That's going to be very problematic. Oh, Marco needs to be careful. Can't lose any rhinos here. It's going to come down to the perfect micro. Marco now sending an engineer to the top oil to take that back as well. That's going to be huge. Kwos goes low power for a second there, but he does repair the power plant and goes back up. Kwos bringing in this miner to counter the conscripts. Needs to be careful. It's all about tank control here.
Miner goes down.
Wow. So now Marco on 2 miners and 2 oils. Kwos has only 1 miner. Kwos bringing the second miner in. This is it for Kwos. Marco just needs to defend this offensive push here. If he does, he wins this game.
All-in push from Kwos. Marco brings in a miner as well.
Oh boy, Marco needs to take it. He needs to click down these rhinos.
Wow. What a game. My goodness.
Holy moly, these guys are on point. That game was beautiful. Marco at the start, playing the dog game. Don't know if it's luck or skill, but either way, he gets the bottom oil when Kwos wanted to get it, forcing Kwos to make a flak track, fall behind on rhino numbers, fought over the top oil endlessly, defended the engineers, and came out on top there. A phenomenal game out of both of these players. Incredible.
That was crazy, bro. That's experience, skill, micro, macro, the shebang right there.
Is it possible to mute the other voice who's talking? That's a cruiser. Oh my god. I do if they want to hear you more.
Yeah, sure. Sure they want me. I'll raise my voice just a little bit.
Player defeated.
Alright, another micro map here. Not a lot of money on the map at all. No starting gems and no oils to capture, so we're not going to get any shenanigans like that. Are we going to see an early MCV sell? Sometimes we see the players go radar, deso, and then MCV sell. A longer game. We know Marco prefers the longer games. Let's see what happens here.
Indeed, another small map. This is Blood Feud, boys. No oils, like Snark said, no gems. We've seen Connies going at each other. Marco has no Connies out yet. Kwos, 15 of them out. And still bringing them out. Yep, he's going to try this Connie rush. There's a dog blocking the barracks from Marco.
Oh boy, if these conscripts get too close before Marco starts reacting, this is going to be devastating for him. Oh, the dog is still there!
The dog
Marco
is
can't
still
make any
there.
conscripts! This is devastating. He's gonna have to bring in the miner to defend. No, 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 Marco, you can't abandon this position. These conscripts are gonna get value. Marco desperately trying to defend with sentry guns and conscripts. This is very problematic. Kwos taking
Power
down
goes
another sentry gun.
down.
Comes up, power goes down. Oh my god. Dogs coming out desperately trying to get value. The conscripts keep sniping them down. Marco does survive this first attack, but he did lose his power plant. He's on low power, which is going to slow down his production. He does finally kick the conscripts out, but now Kwos coming in with the rhinos as well. Oh, these low body situations, so intense. Perfect micro needed. You got to micro your miners, got to micro everything. And now Kwos out with 2 miners, sells MCV, and bringing out more conscripts. He's going to bring the pressure.
Defeated.
And Marco quits.
And it's 4-1. Doug
Wow.
blocking the barracks for the win. It is 4-1 to Kwos.
Yeah, that's something you absolutely cannot allow the other player to do in a map like this, is block your barracks. You gotta react fast. If he's spamming conscripts, you've gotta spam conscripts in response, because it's such a short distance between the players. He could be at your base in seconds. If you're not ready to fight the micro conscript game, you're gonna lose. And Kwos, somehow, in the shortest time ever, already up 4-1. How is this even possible, doof?
4-1. Bro, doggy block. Doggy block the barracks for the win.
Player defeated.
Something as simple as a doggy block the barracks. My goodness.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah, possible explanation in chat now to how Marco is down 4-1 is he's playing without a keyboard. Playing with just his mouse. Suppose that's possible, right?
Maybe, maybe. Let's see what's gonna happen in Game 6, Snark. Loading up Game 6 semifinals on Lucky 13 tournament. Sponsored by Grade 1 Boys. 4-1 the score in Kwos' favor. And this is Reconcile, a normal map for a change. Not Blood
Yeah.
Feud or Map A, you know, a huge map. Both players will stick to Soviet. And yeah, let's see what they can do on Reconcile.
Yeah, so no extreme early conscript cell MCV rushes here. Both players are going to move MCV right after War Factory to the small jam patch, which is what you want. Drone to clean up the dogs so that they don't block, which is exactly what you expect to see. Definitely, I feel a map that plays more to Marco's strength, a bit more of a macro map. Not too many options for splits here. We saw Kwos on Country Swing with the most insane 3-way split. So it's going to be harder for him to do that here. Definitely a map that plays more to Marco's strengths, I feel.
Here comes the drone, gets a miner. Kwos gets a miner drone from Marco. There isn't a drone out from Marco. I think it died. There was one earlier. Did not
Yeah,
get
we
any
saw it.
value.
We saw the miner take it out on the right-hand side earlier. And
Marco.
unfortunately, yeah, Marco getting droned again. We saw this in Country Swing. This does put him behind. Very, very unfortunate. Still making miners for both players. They're going to get their eco rolling well before they try anything offensive. Marco making another drone. He wants to repay the favor, doof, and force Kwos to make a service depot as well. Kwos now ahead by 1 more factory.
Yeah, that's the game plan from Kwos this entire time. Also on Country Swing, he drones the miner, forces the service depot by his for his opponent, and he just goes second war. Gets the tanks out earlier. He's on 3 war factories at the moment, Snark.
Absolutely insane droning skills here from Kwos. He's clearly done some push-ups before this series. The man is showing some insane droning skills on Yuri's Revenge. Remember, guys, 1 shot to kill a drone from a miner in Yuri's Revenge, which means you gotta capture it, either come straight from behind or while it's dumping on the ref or as it's coming out of the war factory. Those are the 3 options. And now Kwos coming in with rhinos on the right-hand side.
Marco goes for the 4th war factory before Kwos. I like it. I like that he's prioritizing the production. He needs to catch up, and he needs to get in front of Kwos.
Indeed, but he's going to have to watch his eco, now making a power plant before making the next ref.
Marco
So
gets a
far, his
miner
eco's
drone.
holding.
He drones a miner,
Oh.
bottom left.
There we go. That's what Marco wanted. Sweet, sweet revenge, canceling whatever Kwos was building, forcing it to make a service depot, and that's valuable mining time that miner could have been mining gems. So possibly Marco now evening out the playing field, and he got that fourth war factory before Kwos, so the tanks are even.
Tanks are even. There's a sneaky drone top right. Gets the tank. Was the MCV coming? Not yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
Kwos
So
doesn't realize.
Oh,
he's
that's
gonna
unfortunate because he sent those tanks to counter any drones so that he could expand there.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't want that drone there, and he forgot about those tanks. Losing 2 rhinos and the drone is still alive. That's gotta be annoying.
Value for Marco. He needs these kinds of plays to swing things in his favor. 5 war factories to 4 in Marco's favor. And he's stacking up. Radar is out.
Indeed.
Kwos is not attacking up. He just brought out his 5th war.
Yeah, Marco really doing a phenomenal job droning that miner, slowing down Kwos the way Kwos slowed him down, then that drone in the top right getting those tanks, definitely putting him ahead. Now completely teched up with a battle lab, nuclear power plant. Needs to be careful with this miner though on the bottom left. He sent one miner to super long distance mine these gems, but Kwos is camping that cliff, doesn't want to lose a miner there accidentally. Marco first out with a tech. Kwos still only on... Okay, Kwos now does have a battle lab out on the field.
Kwos fully teching up. He is low power at the moment. Marco out tanking by 1. Brings out the Kira from the middle. He's going after the oil. He's gonna get it.
Wow, yeah, so that's what you make that forward war factory for. If anybody was questioning why Marco would put the war factory in that position, Kwos sending the flag tracks, but this oil is definitely going to go down before they're able to counter this Kirov. Now, Kwos does have the eco advantage, which is something to notice, but Marco, much earlier, I see a 2-minute difference here. Kwos with a single siege chopper out. Interesting.
He's gonna get the Kirov kill, but the Kirov got the oil. And Marco's Iron Curtain is ticking. 1 minute to go.
So this is going to be interesting. This Iron Curtain is going to be one of the pivotal moments of the game. It looks like Marco is going to opt for the IC drones, bringing out some drones here. He's going to want to get as much value as possible, possibly target the miners. Marco sending 3 rhinos to the top right to camp that cliff as well. Make mining these gems for Kwos a little bit different. Is this... I'm not sure I've seen this before with a long distance mine these gems the entire game. Oh, Kwos coming in on the right hand side. I see drones on the left. Doof, do you have 2 screens? Can you show us both perspectives at once? Marco losing miners at the top right.
I'll try. Marco not responding to the top. Now he is.
Wow, Marco losing so many miners, losing 5 miners in the top right, and he still doesn't have enough tanks to counter. Kwos losing an insane amount of rhinos to the drones, but managing to mitigate the losses here. Marco needs to defend here. He's in trouble. In the meantime, Marco's going to go in the bottom left. Kwos going to try and defend. Marco has the advantage in the bottom left, but he's in Marco's base. The IC is being targeted. 4 shields.
Oh, what the fuck?
Wow, and he ICs that 1 rhino. Marco winning this fight, but more tanks coming in to reinforce. Marco needs to get out of there. He can't engage, or can he?
He will win it.
Wow.
What was this I see at the top from Kwos?
Very questionable IC. They're icing 1 rhino on some of Marco's tanks
Legendary.
as well.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely legendary IC. And now Kwos is on panic mode. He's spamming drones out of the war factory. Marco coming in with another rhino army behind this one, now getting miners here. This is looking like a GOAT win today.
30 seconds to Iron Curtain. Marco targeting the miners. Miners going down left and right. The turns have
Lead
tabled.
comes out. Kwos did move his MCV all the way to the gems here, but the Iron Curtain is ready. He doesn't want to lose this elite.
The elite goes down. Drones being brought in.
Yeah, it looks like Marco's going to go for another IC drones. Kwos's IC counting down as well. Going to be ready in 30 in-game seconds. Marco still hasn't used his IC. Perhaps he wants to target all the miners in the top right with these drones. That's going to be devastating for Kwos.
Yeah, and I think Kwos needs to group up his miners to IC and save them. I don't know what else he can do.
Kwos coming in on the left-hand side, cleaning up those flak tracks, and drones coming out of the right, being annoying. Getting some of, okay, there we go. Kwos ICs the drones. He's going to send them into this Rhino army. Marco is going to lose so many Rhinos here. Marco uses his IC on the tanks to defend the drones. Now Marco needs to bring in this drone army. Doof, Marco needs to bring in this drone army to defend right now.
Yeah, Kwos is out tanking now.
Yeah, the drones are Marco's only hope. The Siege Chopper being annoying. The Kwos with a single Siege Chopper just getting these drones, being super, super annoying. Now Marco trying to cut off here all the fodder, getting a lot of fodder with these drones, getting some Rhinos as well. Marco now has enough tanks to defend. Or does he?
Bringing the crazy Ivans as well to help out. I have no idea what the idea is.
What is going on now?
Crazy Ivans to help out, boys. What is the plan, boys?
And it looks like Marco is going to hold on here and defend successfully. Barely. Ooh, 3 vets in that group.
No,
Dude.
there's still 13 tanks for Kwos on the field, bro. It's
Oh my
over.
God.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Kwos has replenished his army on the bottom left. That's problematic for Marco. And now the IC being targeted. Force shield should be ready again. IC's the IC to defend. Doesn't want to give him an elite. Oh, but Kwos IC's his Rhinos. This is devastating. And Kwos has a huge army behind this. Was Marco AFK? Was he not making Rhinos? I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't know. Elite comes out.
Yeah, the elites we were dreading comes out, and Kwos having an entire army behind this, 20 Rhinos on the field, double elite. Oh, Kwos isn't gonna even bring those tanks. He's gonna win with these 2 elites.
Player defeated.
Wow.
What happened there?
Unbelievable. Marco was definitely winning at one point there, but then he waited with his IC, and he waited with his IC, and he waited with his IC, allowing Kwos to pop the offensive IC, even though Marco's timer was lower. And GG's, doesn't Marco have one more game?
One more, yeah.
I think he miscounted there. Thought it was a best of 9 like the rest, but allowing Kwos to get that offensive IC while Marco's timer was on 0 for so long, not doing anything, allowing Kwos to get in, get offensive value. Marco goes on the back foot, desperately defends, and unfortunately, he kind of threw that game. He was definitely ahead there. Let's see if we could get Marco back in here.
What is going on, Divas? What is going on, Divas? What is going on? Oh my god.
Wow. What a serious Kwos. Boys, Kwos. What is going on with Kwos? What is he drinking lately? What is he eating?
I know, right?
Kwos is definitely on some new workout plan here. The guy is just been on point. The skill we've seen out of this player today is absolutely insane. Will he be crowned the world champion after this tournament? Is yet to be seen. We still have Latov in the losers bracket. Never counts Latov out. And of course, this series isn't over just yet. It is possible we're in for the greatest comeback in history, boys. Let's see if we could get Marco back in here. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
We're not worthy.
Wow.
Fortune's Chaos with the raid, let's go. And Great One with the gifted sub. Let's go. Thanks a lot, bro. Much appreciated.
Well, Raiders, welcome to the stream. You're either in for stomping of the GOAT or for the greatest comeback in history. It's match point for Kwos as we speak. He's up 5-1 versus the GOAT versus Marco. And we're moving into game number 7 as we speak.
Thanks for the raid, Matt. As we load up game number 7.
Building captured. Player defeated.
It's not over yet. Semi-finals. Let's go.
Yeah, this must be one of the craziest semifinals we've ever seen. Let's not forget, boys, both of these guys are in the winner bracket, so whoever loses is not out of the tournament just yet.
No, indeed, Snark. The loser of this semifinals will be knocked into the semifinals in the losers bracket side. But a huge advantage for the player getting into the finals through this semifinals is that his opponent has to knock him out twice, Snark, because Kwos or Marco, if they win this game, they will be undefeated in the finals. And you have to lose twice to be knocked out of the tournament.
Indeed, indeed. It is a double elimination tournament. This is game number 7. Kwos 5-1 at the moment. Looking so powerful, so strong. Dune, no, not Dune Patrol. I know the name of this map.
This is Dry Heat.
Dry Heat, yeah.
Let's go.
I thought I knew the name of this map. Yeah, so Dry Heat here. Let's see what we could get done here. Marco's drone forcing a sentry gun out of Kwos. Both Marco going for an extra power plant and then ref down the cliff here. Kwos building directly down the cliff. 4 miners each at the moment. Kwos looking for value with his drone. Does get a dog there.
Yeah, I like this from Marco going to power plant and then ref. A lot of times when you place the ref straight down the cliff, the miners might glitch. It depends. I've seen that happen a lot. And a miner gets droned here, bottom right. Marco getting value with the drone.
Yeah, the turns of table just a little bit as Marco is the one who's getting value with the drone this time around early on. Kwos hasn't been able to do so yet. Now, unfortunately for Marco, it happened just as Kwos placed the second war factory, so he didn't have to cancel any building. So minimum impact, but that does put Marco ahead. He's on 3 war factories versus Kwos' 2 war factories at the moment, now making a third.
Indeed, sells the service depot. I would love to see Marco just squeeze out another drone and try to drone another miner. Just to force... there he goes. I love it. There it is. Drone on the right side. Just force another service depot.
Absolutely love it. But what is this gorgeous build out of Kwos? Look at this.
Yeah.
Builds down the cliff already. I love it. That is going to make it harder to defend for sure. Marco out with a radar. Kwos, no radar just yet. Makes another ref down the cliff first. So, his eco is going to be fine, but he didn't need this extra eco boost just yet. I like Marco's build better. I mean, he made the ref on top. I suppose Kwos needed an extra power plant anyway, because Marco already had to.
Marco's drone on the right side failed in the meantime as well. Marco fully teched. Kwos now brings out the radar.
Yeah, so Kwos looking for value. He knows he's a little bit... He knows he's a little bit behind here. Marco with the Desos to defend. He's going to put a bit of a split here. Drone coming in to deal with these Desos.
And get value. Ooh. Nice value. Oh, and gets the tank as well.
Getting a tank as well. That is annoying. That is annoying. So 2 Desos and the tank go down. But Marco has the IC out. Kwos does not have the IC out yet, but it is being built at the moment. Kwos going to try to split Marco up here. Marco needs to carefully count these tanks since Kwos has proven to have phenomenal micro on the splits. Desos coming out to the left-hand side to help defend here, so that's going to make it hard for Kwos to push this engineer. I think was a misclick. He might try to send it anyway around to the oil. Kirov out for Kwos as we speak. Industrial plant out for both players. Now, the IC, Doof, this first IC, if Marco can get a critical amount of damage in this first IC, it's going to be crucial to him winning this game.
Deso from Kwos. Gonna get... Yeah, go straight on in. Kwos all the way top right.
Wow. Okay, we're the base trade situation here, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely crazy. Marco lost his Desos in base, so it's going to be who can trade better, who can trade faster as they start taking each other's war factories out. Marco going straight for 3 war factories, get them. Kwos down to 1 war factory. Marco down to 1 war factory as well. ICN battle line being targeted by Kwos. Kwos takes them out. In the meantime, Marco gets Kwos' last and final war factory. Kwos is about to get Marco's last war factory. This is a crazy base trade situation here. Marco and Kwos even on tanks. But he has the elite. Who gets all the buildings first? This is absolutely crazy. The Kirov coming in. It looks like Kwos is going to get all the buildings first. Marco has more buildings to take out. The ref is going to go down. 1 sentry gun left.
Oh my god.
And Kwos takes the win by a split second. Kwos had 2 buildings left on critical health. but he gets the base trade. The Kirov, the way he split up his tanks and took out buildings, he was able to do it just a little bit faster. He was also closer to Marco's base. What a crazy way to end the series here on the craziest base trade, the closest base trade ever. But Kwos dominating 6-1. Holy moly.
That was crazy. And the Kirov came in clutch. The Kirov took out buildings as well. Man, what a series. And how scary is Kwos? How
Wow.
scary is Kwos going into the finals? Yeah, like we said earlier, boys.
Wow.
Marco
Dude,
has,
I'm in shock.
Bro, it's no easy task to 6-1 Marco. Let's pay out the predictions.
No easy task indeed. Marco was dominating the entire tournament, taking out one of my personal favorites, Big Butt. But
He 5-0'd Big Butt, bro.
yeah, that is no easy thing to do. But Kwos, ladies and gentlemen, Kwos coming in. Apparently, again, I haven't confirmed this, but someone in chat said he took first place on the Rambo ladder, potentially the best Yuri's Revenge player on the planet at the moment.
Thanks, Tally.
Kwos. Now, he hasn't taken the tournament yet, but he has secured his place in the finals. Not only has he secured his place in the finals, dude, like you mentioned earlier, he secured his place in the finals through the winner's bracket, which means he can lose an entire series in the finals and still return to the finals. Absolutely insane. Kwos looking like a beast.
Yeah,
Holy
bro.
moly, what a series. What
That's
a series.
That's exactly right, Snark. Let's have a look at the bracket. And as you said, Kwos will get to the finals through winner's bracket.
Oh boy,
By
dude.
winning 6-1 versus Marco. Let's update the bracket.
There it is.
Let's update the bracket. Kwos is the first finalist. He needs to be knocked out twice. He needs to lose twice. He is undefeated at the moment. Marco loses in the semifinals winners bracket, and he will move to the semifinals losers bracket, where he will meet the person who 5-0'd Kintaja earlier today, boys. Latov. It's gonna be Latov versus Marco.
Wow, battles of the titans going on here. Latov sent to the losers bracket by
Big Butt. By he got his
By
revenge.
by
They
so
met.
Latov's
Yeah. They met each other
absolutely insane.
in the first game, Snark. They met each other. Big Butt versus Latov. Big Butt win it 5-2. But then in the losers bracket, they met each other again, and then Latov took out Big Butt. Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
absolutely insane, absolutely insane. So I feel like Latov after losing to Big Butt was like, yeah, you're all going down. Crushed me, which was very hard for him. I must add, it was very difficult for Latov to win me. Crushed Berg, 5-0 me, 5-0 Berg. Took out Luke Z, which was again one of the best players out there. Then took out Gene, 5-1, and then got his revenge on Big Butt. Like you said, 5-1ing Big Butt, absolutely insane. 5-0'd Kintaja, which is no easy task. Kintaja taking out one of our favorites, Drunken, who was just phenomenal. And yeah, after again Drunken, 5-4 versus Kintaja, a crazy battle there. Latov takes him out, absolutely insane. And then Marco, who has taken out won everyone convincingly, right? Marco took out Drunken, Marco took out Ludo, Marco 5-0'd Big Butt, gets taken out by Kwos, gets sent to the loser bracket. Latov versus Marco is going to be absolutely insane, but Kwos also all of his series won convincingly, possibly the best player in Yuri's Revenge on the planet at the moment.
It's gonna be epic. We're gonna start scheduling Latov versus Marco for this week, boys. Hopefully we will get that before the weekends, and we're gonna try and do the grand finals in the weekends. Cruz, to answer your question, Kwos is undefeated, and in order to beat Kwos, you have to knock him out by beating him once and then winning him again. Kwos got to the grand finals through winner's bracket. He needs to lose twice. That's why there's a grand finals. If Kwos wins in the grand finals, he will be the champion. There's no need for another finals. If his opponent wins Kwos in the first grand finals, they will have to play each other again. I hope that is clear. So you need to lose twice to be knocked out of the tournament. And like Latov, Marco, they're in the semifinals losers bracket. They have both lost once already. That's why they're in the losers bracket. I think that's clear, right, Snark?
Indeed. It's definitely clear to me. Yeah, dude, this is gonna be crazy. Everybody, stay tuned for the scheduling. Latov versus Marco is gonna be next. That should be an epic series. Again, Latov, ever since he hit the loser bracket, he's hit it with his, just running, tearing through everyone. No games, no bullshit, killing everyone in his way. Marco also super convincing wins until he met Kwos. Latov versus Marco is gonna be very, very close. Keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to be insane. And like you said, winner that has to face Kwos.
Indeed. Boys, I'm going to try and get Marco and Latov to play around this time on Thursday. So just so you can put it in your agenda just for now as a placeholder, 6 p.m. GMT is what I'm going to try for this Thursday, Latov versus Marco. And we're going to try Kwos or the finals and third place on Saturday or Sunday. That's what I have in my head, but I need to message the players, see if it's possible, but I'm aiming for Thursday, 6 p.m. GMT, Latov versus Marco semifinals. Yes, that's it for me tonight. We had the quarterfinals and the semifinals. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just a huge thank to you, dude, for running all this. We all know the amount of work it takes, but one of the most entertaining tournaments this year for sure. Absolutely insane stuff. Some of these series, dude, I'm gonna have to go back and watch. Really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, bro, it's been fun, and as long as it stays fun, we'll keep on hosting. Huge thanks to our sponsors. This time, for the Unlucky 13 tournament, it is a great one. Let's go, boys. As long as we got the sponsor and as long as it stays fun, we're going to keep on doing these tournaments, right? Let's go.
Absolutely awesome. Yeah, big shout out to the great one. Really, really awesome. All right, Doof. Thanks for having me, man. I absolutely love that. That was phenomenal.
Thank you for joining me, Snark, with your OP co-casting. Very good. And we're going to update the stream with your next unit counter. So it's going to be even better next time we play, boys. Let's go. Thanks a lot, Snark.
Love it. All right. See you later.
Good night, bro.
Bye.
Alright, boys, that's going to be it for tonight's stream. Marco versus Kwos just ended semifinals. Like I said, we're going to try for Thursday, 6 p.m. GMT. That's going to be the same time today. But then on Thursday, Marco versus Latov. I'm going to try that. And hopefully have the third place and finals in the weekend. I have nothing else to add. Let's try and find somebody to raid. I hope you guys had fun. It was a great stream. Is there somebody playing Red Alert 2? Papa, thanks for the sub. 30 months, bro. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Am I the only one playing Red Alert 2? Yes, I am. Okay, we're gonna send you guys over to Remastered. Excuse me. Remastered community. This guy plays some Tiberian Sun and Remastered. At the moment, they're playing Tiberian Sun, I think. No, it's what's it called? Command and Conquer. I'm sorry, Tiberian Dawn. That's gonna be it for me, boys. GG, spread the love, and I'll see you back hopefully on Thursday, 6 p.m. GMT. Keep an eye on the schedule. We'll confirm it as soon as I speak to the players. So, GG's. Later, boys. Have a nice week.
Gur81 has just donated €35.81. 15 for Snark, 20 for the dude. Tie.
Let's go! Great one with the donation to the one and only Snark co-caster, OP caster. Let's go. Thanks a lot, great one, for your donation. I'll make sure to get Snark's piece over to him. Let's go. GG's. OP sponsor. Let's go. GG's, boys. Thanks a lot, and see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.